We have one senior and one freshman coming as a duo. We have Alannah and Quynh. Give a round of applause.
Hi guys, I'm Alannah, I'm senior EVHS.
Hi, I'm Quynh, and I'm a freshman here at EVHS. So today, Alannah and I will be talking about body shaming and how the fashion and model industry lacks in diversity. Next slide.
So our presentation is called One Body, One Face, One Type. Next slide. Did you know that the media's current ideal of beauty and fitness can only be achieved by 5% of women in America? 5%. When I first heard the statistic, I was completely blown away and really angry at whoever is making these standards of beauty. Because if compared to the students at EVHS, that would mean that out of 3,000 students here, only 150 would be considered beautiful or thin enough. Out of, let's just say, yes, 1,500 girls at this school, only 75 would meet that requirement. These ridiculous standards are just getting harder and harder to attain. In fact, 8 out of 10 women report being unhappy with their bodies.
So back in 5th grade, I was at the doctor's for my yearly checkup. I got my height and my weight measured, and after everything was completed, the doctor told my mom and I that I was overweight and extremely close to being diabetic. The solution was I had to eat cleaner and to exercise more so I can be at a healthy weight range. The task was difficult, but I received negative comments about my body and how I looked like, and it made it harder for me to be at a healthy weight range and be confident. I remember constantly standing in the mirror and pointing out my flaws. I remember hating my thighs because they touched. I hated my stomach because it wasn't flat, and I hated my face shape because it was rounder than others. I would constantly be disgusted with myself because of the digits I saw on the scale. I remember staying late at night crying myself to sleep because I wasn't that perfect girl everyone wanted me to look like. A recent incident happened a couple weeks back in one of my classes where this kid was offering my table group chocolate, and my friend and I said yes. But this one kid at my table said no, I don't want to be as fat as Quynh. And in my mind, I'm like, what the heck, how could you say something like that? Because you never know how the other person can take it, and they may take it in a really bad way. In 8th grade was when I finally started to accept my body and to love what I have, even the tiniest flaws. I know self-love may seem like an easy task, but it's really not, especially when there are so many negative comments being thrown at you. I am scarred from my past experiences with body shaming, but I won't let it affect me. To this day, I honestly don't care what people have to say about how I look like, because as long as I'm happy with my body, then that's all that matters, and I don't need their approval. So, 20 years ago, fashion models weighed 8% less than the average woman. Today, fashion models weigh 23% less.
One of my favorite websites is businessoffashion.com, and one of the main reasons why I decided to do this talk show is because I found an article that really inspired me, and it was called The Gap Between Catwalk and Consumer by Alannah Jaylie. And in it she describes that the diversity of people buying high luxury fashion has skyrocketed in the past years. Since 2007, Asia-Pacific share of the global luxury goods market has grown by 10 percentage points. That means that the people buying high luxury fashion has never been more diverse. But the models walking the catwalks continue to represent one race and one type of woman. The September issue. It's the biggest issue for fashion magazines around the world. It's the most important one. In 2015, the September issue had 12 out of the 41 models who were not white. Most of the models that made up those 12 were celebrities and not even models. Not only would diversifying the cover of magazines be the right thing to do in society, but it would be the smart thing to do. Wouldn't you rather buy something if it represents you? If the models represent your race and your religion? I know I would. Dear CEOs and creative directors, including models of different races and heritages will make you more money. Next slide.
So, in the Milan Circle chart, 84.2% of the models were Caucasian, 5.9% were African American, 5.7% were Asian, and only 2.6% were Hispanic.
The fashion industry doesn't stop there with the discrimination and lack of diversity. One of my favorite musicians and singers, and probably one of yours too, is Adele. In February of 2012, Chanel creative director Karl Lagerfeld openly attacked her and commented on her being a little too fat. Melissa McCarthy, one of the funniest and most respected actresses in the film industry, tried so hard to get a dress for the Oscars, but all the designers turned her down because her size was too hard to work with. Too hard to work with, what does that mean? Jaylie, the last example, is a transgender model from Thailand. She has won multiple beauty contests and is one of the most beautiful models in the world. She came to America and hopes to continue her career as a fashion model while going to school at New York University. For 5 years, she struggled to find an agency that would represent her. Every single one turned her down because she didn't look traditional or classic like the other models that were getting signed. The fashion industry claims to be diverse and to accept everyone, but these examples just show that it is the exact opposite. To add a positive note, Jaylie did end up creating her own line, her own agency called Trans Models. It represents 19 transgender models from around the world. Our society is shaming women for not being skinny enough, then turns the complete direction and shames those who are too skinny. I remember absolutely hating my body in middle school. Middle school was one of the worst 2 years of my life because I didn't have curves like most girls did. I remember comments saying, "You look anorexic, I can make pancakes on your chest." Like, these comments are funny to me now, I can laugh about them, but back then it was not funny to me at all. These comments did not come from bullies, they did not come from mean people, they came from my closest friends. Why is the media and the fashion industry glorifying only one type of woman? One of the reasons why I love UVHS, because there's not one type of girl or boy here. There's so much diversity at this school. There's dark skin, there's light skin, there's blue eyes, there's green eyes, there's brown eyes. There's girls who are athletic, there's girls who are into music, there's girls who are passionate, boys who are passionate about so many different things. So why is the fashion industry and social media glorifying one type of woman? So what is beautiful? To me, I think beautiful is waking up in the morning and looking in the mirror and loving what you see. To me, beautiful is having goals and ambitions and working hard to fulfill them. Beautiful is the compassion and care you have for your friends and your family. Beautiful is you.
It doesn't matter about the thigh gap, the strong jawline, or the skinny waist, or the fat stomach. Be happy with your body because being confident is key. Many teenagers will feel insecure about their bodies, and I believe it's because society has set so many high standards of beauty in the ideal picture of perfection. And we are constantly surrounded with a certain standard of beauty that it gives us this mindset that we have to look like that as well. But beauty comes in so many shapes and sizes, there shouldn't be one specific look considered as perfect. Love what you have, and don't be disgusted by the digits you see on the scale because numbers do not define your beauty and self-worth. I hope you learn to accept your body as I've learned to accept mine. Thank you.